So with that, he ended up meeting me and giving me some of his products so I could go ahead and get started on it. The one thing I know is you cannot be afraid to talk to anybody.
Years ago, but I remember hurting from about the time I was a third grader, and using the coffee has just helped to wake me up and make my brain feel more alert. Also, the trim in the afternoon helps my digestion. That is also a symptom of fibromyalgia. The most wonderful miracle of all is using the Prevail Max spray 3 times a day has completely taken away my fibromyalgia pain as well as arthritis pain. So I just feel alive.
After he had died about 2 years ahead of that. So a lot of stress was causing me to gain weight over the last 2 years. I had high cholesterol. And for me, getting up in the morning was absolutely horrible. I would get up or I would wake up and then I would try to just get enough energy just to get out of bed because I knew what was going to happen when my feet hit the floor is I would be in horrible pain, that my feet would just burn and tingle. And so I was pretty sure I was pre-diabetic. I had high cholesterol, and so my body just was not functioning well at all.
My name is Steve Poulos.
And my name is Laura Poulos, and we live in Knoxville, Arkansas. Steve and I have 3 grown children, 2 son-in-laws, and 5 grandchildren.
And we retired from our corporate jobs about 6 years ago.
And a couple of years ago, Steve and I really felt like that the Lord had something more He wanted us to do.
You know, here's the deal. We knew that God didn't bring us this far in our lives to just stop it, making an impact on people or trying to make a difference. So we said, Lord, you got something else for us. Just open the door. Let us know what it is. We'll do it.
And boy, it's just changed my life. Unbelievable. I've lost 83 pounds since I've been on the Optum, a total of 118 pounds. Life change. It's really helped my life. It's I've been through back surgeries and hip surgeries, and I know for a fact that without the weight loss and without this product and getting this weight off, I would never have made it. I've lost 118 pounds, as I said, and I'm able to do things that's never done before, and it's just been great. One of the last things that's happened here is this last deer season. I was able to go deer hunting and climb up in my deer stand. First time in 5 years I've been up in that deer stand, and it was great.
I'm a retired cosmetologist / nail technician and went on to become a registered nurse later in life. When I hit about 40, I've had to have a full hysterectomy, and along with that, as you probably know, came a lot of weight gain. So over the years, I've put on many, many pounds, and a year ago decided I really needed to look into something for losing weight. I tried the diets, they didn't work.
Basically she said, I kept saying, well, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And she basically was teaching me that I didn't need to know every single thing about this to go out and share it.
Why not? I have time now. So, in teenagers, I don't know, you can kind of spin that, but, it is hard, but
at the same time, we're starting to think like, okay, how can we expand? We were just talking about this. That's why I thought everything happens for a reason. We were just talking about this like last week. We're like, okay, how are we going to, for him to recruit and talk to the younger generation, hearing from, like we were talking about last night, like Dr. G or John Lorenza, it's hard for them to relate to them. So we were saying like, Kobe, you need to start practicing because, you're going to have to share the presentation at some point. And so that's what last week he was like, all last week he was on Zoom and recording and, just trying to get comfortable with it.
How are you tonight?
Hello. Well, I love your accent.
Steve and I love you, Barry. We loved meeting you in Vegas, but the one thing that I would add is I think this is an awesome idea. Steve and I have a grandson that's 18. He'll
freshman in college, in the fall. And, you know, I can see that this would be something so awesome for the young people to start building on. You know, even if they want to pursue other dreams, you know, almost every college student has a part-time job somewhere.
I'm a person who, well, I discovered at the last Bob Heilig leadership conference I went to what my kids told me was a no-brainer, but that I love people, and that's what I'm good at. And so through the years, we've been really blessed. We've adopted 9 children.
And so, and I didn't know, I met Diane one time, so I didn't remember. So when like my wife said, when we saw Barb in September, and we said, oh my goodness, Barb, what'd you do? She says, you know, you look great. She said, oh, I've lost about 30, 40 pounds from this coffee. And that's when my wife said, okay, I'm interested. What is this all about?
So welcome everyone. My name is Noreen Knight, and I am coming to you from Superior, Wisconsin. So for those of you that don't know where Superior, Wisconsin is, we're way up north and on the tip of Lake Superior, where you see the finger coming down. That's where Superior is. So I'm right on the tip of the lake.
Really? It's about 75 here, sunny, and I think I'm gonna go to the beach.
Oh, wow, that wish I was there.
Wow, that tastes good. Did you want to try?
Well, sure.
Okay, I'll let you try.
Experience with Valentis. Did I start out in network marketing? No, I started out as an industrial engineer. So my background is very technical, and network marketing was a foreign thing.
I just want to say, Bobby, this has been an amazing project that Diana has put together, and that others have added to along the way, and diversified maybe a little bit here and there. But it's a fabulous way to get started, and just taking that time, things are going to make more sense as you go along. If you've reviewed some of those steps in each of those units eventually.
Diane, thank you for putting this together. It gives, step-by-step, concrete. I mean, it's something that I can grab a hold of and know that, hey, I've got some tools now. I just have to refine those tools.
Ability to be able to answer them for you.
Okay.
But even, so let's say that you sponsor Mary. Mary sponsors Julie. Julie is going to do the same thing. She is going to bring her newest person to Unit 1, and she should ask you as your applying person, and you may, if it's in the first week, ask Melody if she'll do it. Melody wants you to keep her busy.
Okay, all right.
So,
Wow, that tastes good. Do you want to try it?
Boy, this would be a great time to have smell-o-vision. Everybody says this coffee tastes wonderful.
Here you go.
Let's try it out, you know. So we sat, we ordered, and we were eating. All of a sudden, this big gentleman, nice gentleman, Joe, comes up and, and he says hello. We said hello, and all of a sudden we started talking. And
so let's talk about it then. But make your list, and then when I call you back in a couple of days, let's talk about how you could benefit from this. And I'm really excited to share some things with you.
I was looking for a company to join. I love network marketing. I love this industry. I love how we get to change lives in this industry. And it was time for me to change companies, make a change. And I reached out to a few friends of mine who are in the industry, Karen being one of them. I wanted to work with her because I know that she's an amazing leader. She's always helped me even when I was with other companies. And
Coffee helps you start it out. Coffee helps you get your willpower to help start it out. It also considers your fat absorption. The
years I've been in the oil and gas industry, and that's basically that's all I've known. I've worked as a cryogenic gas plant operator. I've worked as a mechanic. I've done multiple things in the oil and gas industry, and I've been successful at it. Had a good corporate job, but just like we all know, it's still a job. It's a job. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I commute to my job, to my office.
Challenge, and I'm sure a lot of you could probably relate to the whole kind of subtitle of that, is your downline on life support, because, you know, God knows we all need a little jolt every now and then. But hopefully you got a lot of value out of that. I think, I truly believe that I gave you in those 5 days the blueprint to you solving any problems you'll ever have with recruiting. I truly do believe that. Now, that doesn't mean that things are going to necessarily happen overnight for you, because I'm sure that a lot of you were had already heard a lot of that training, because I know that Karen and Diana are probably giving you some great support, but maybe you learned some things over those 5 days that were kind of eye-opening, and you said, hey, you know, I need to be doing things a little different. You just need to be patient with yourself and give yourself some time to make these strategies work. And I'm confident that.
Tell my story yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Gotcha. Okay.
So you say, okay, so you introduce yourself, you say where you were, what you didn't like about where you were, what you saw in network marketing, what you did, and where you are now.
I used to look down on network marketing. I used to think that it's a scam. I used to think that it's just for people with no careers. And, you know, back then I was the nurse, so I was like, why am I going to do that? You know, I have a career. I'm making decent amount of money.
You know, the average household.
And then Dr. Chi kept inviting me, and then I used to ignore him. And I almost blocked him on Facebook. And then it took him actually about a year to finally convince me to join our previous company. And then I was so glad that I did, because I experienced huge.
Hi, Diana. Good evening, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I'm still dealing with this crazy voice of mine, but it's all because of the excitement. It's hard to recover, to recover my voice with all the continued success and all the continuing training we've been doing for the last week or so. It's been crazy, right? I mean, this weekend is actually, yesterday was tremendous. I'm just so excited. I'm beyond excited, actually, just to be able to finally got Emmeline on board, right? So.
Our Wednesday night, I'm David White Thunder Trottier in the geographical center of North America. That would be Rugby, North Dakota, coming to you just so close to Canada. I can see the Canadian clouds from here. But
industry, but it's going to take every single one of us saying, I am not going to lie to get somebody to buy my product. I'm not going to misrepresent the products, the company, my income, whatever it is. We have to do it with integrity, and I tell you, we can make this industry what it should be, which is great, but we have to do it, every single one of us, with integrity.